Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hi Mathematics. Today we have a very interesting math question. We need to raise this 3/4 to the power 4/3. And a lot of students might be saying, hey mister, this is very easy question, we can easily do this. But then I mentioned one really important moment. Right here we have 4/3. So this is not square, this is not cube. For example, when we have square, we have 3/4 times 3/4. We know what we're going to do when we have square. But what are you going to do when we have 4/3? This is important moment, and right now I'm going to show you how can you solve this question correctly and step by step. But first of all, we need to know a really important rule. So here is our rule. When we have a to the power x over y, when we have this a to the power x over y, we can easily rewrite it in terms of like fraction. We can easily rewrite it in terms of like root. We can easily write it as y's root of a to the power x, and this is extremely important rule in our case. So as you can see, this y is a power of our root. In our case, for example, this is 2 in our denominator, so this is our square root. And this is a quick example. When we have, for example, a to the power 1/3, we can easily rewrite it as root right here. This 3 is a power of our root. As you can see, this denominator is a power of our root, so this is our 3 right here, and a to the power 1, this is our expression inside our cube's root. Right now we know that this is our cube's root. So according to these two moments, let's try to simplify this expression. So let's start, for example, right here in this point we have 3/4 to the power 4/3. Okay, doesn't matter what fraction we have right here. So right now let's use this logic. So this denominator is a power of our root. In our case, this is third root. Yeah, so we have right here third root. Yeah, this goes to as a power of our root, and this 4 is a power of our expression. So as a result, we have 3/4 to the power 4. So as you can see, we rewrite in terms of like fraction as a power. Yeah, we rewrite in terms of our root. Right now let's simplify this a little bit, because our question is to simplify, not to rewrite. Yeah, and right now 3/4 to the power 4. Let's remember really interesting property. I'm going to write a lot of properties because maybe a lot of students watch my videos, so I'm going to show you how can you solve this question correctly and step by step. So when we have a over b, when we raise this to the power x, we're gonna write it as a to the power x over b to the power x. So this is our first property. I write it. I think 99% know this property, but doesn't matter. Okay, equal to, and right now let's apply this property right here. So we have cube's root of 3 to the power 4. Yeah, 3 to the power 4 over 4 to the power 4. 4 to the power 4. All right, let's simplify this. Let's simplify this a little bit. First of all, we can easily write it. We can easily raise to the 4th power. Let's see what will happen. When we raise to the 4th power, we will have like cube's root. In our numerator, we have 3 to the power 4, so 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. And in our denominator, we have 4 times 4 times 4 and times 4. And right now, let's look closely. We have cube's root. So right now, let's group these first 3 elements in our numerator, and let's group first 3 elements in our denominator. Okay, so let's see what will happen. Will happen the next. So we have cube's root. As a result, when we group first 3, we will have 3 to the power 3. This is our 3 to the power 3. Times, we have 3, okay, times 3. And the same thing in our denominator, we have 4 to the power 3, because we have 4 3 times, so we have 4 to the power 3 and times 4. All right, I hope you understand this step. Right now, we need to know two properties, two real quick properties and great properties, which helps us a lot. When we have, for example, the nth root of a fraction, when we have nth root of a fraction, a over b, we can easily consider it as nth root of our numerator and nth root of our denominator. Okay, so this is the first step. And second step, this is the same thing, but with multiplication, which is also really great for us. So when we have nth root of a times b, we can easily consider it as nth root of a times nth root of b. Okay, so we can easily split a division and split multiplication. And right now let's apply this rule. First of all, let's apply our fraction rule. Let's divide it as cube's root of numerator divided by cube's root of denominator. Let's see what will happen. So we have cube's root of our numerator, 3 cube times 3. We divide it by cube's root of our denominator of 4 cube times 4. And right now we apply this rule, and right now we're going to apply this multiplication rule. We're going to split this by 2 parts. So we have, when we split our numerator, we have cube's root of 3 cube times cube's root of 3, yeah, times cube's root of 3, and we have the same thing with our denominator. So cube's root of 4 to the power 3 times cube's root cubes root of 4. So I hope you understand this step. Nothing hard, I guess. And right now, very tricky moment, because when we have nth root of a to the power n, when we have the thing, we can easily cancel this and this, and so as a result we have only our a, and we have two cases right here. So we can easily take this cubes root, we can easily cancel this 3, this 3, this 3, and this 3, and as a result we have 3 times cubes root of 3. So we have 3 times cubes root of 3, and we have the same thing in our denominator. We have 4 times cubes root of 4. So 4 times cubes root of 4. So I hope you understand this step. When we do the thing, we have the next expression. Right now, let's do a very tricky moment right here. Let's, instead of this 4, let's write 2 square. Let's simplify this. We can simplify it. We still can simplify this. So as a result, we have 3 times cubes root of 3 in our numerator. And instead of this 4, let's write 2 square. So as a result, we have 4 times cubes root of 2 square. And right now, let's, instead of this instead of this cubes root of 2 square, let's write it in terms of fraction, okay? So let's do this. We have 3 times cubes root of 3 of the same numerator, and in our denominator, instead of this expression, let's write 2 to the power 2/3, so in a reverse way, okay? We can easily see this property right here. We can easily write in terms of like square root, in terms of cube root, we can easily go back to our fraction. And let's do the thing right here. So in terms of like this expression, we can easily write it as 4 times 2 to the power. This is 2 in our numerator, and 3 is in our denominator. This is the power of our root. Okay. And right now, what we're going to do next? Right now, let's multiply both sides. Let's multiply numerator and denominator by 2 to the power 1/3, okay? By 2 to the power 1/3. Let's multiply our numerator by 2 to the power 1/3. Let's take it inside parentheses just for better understanding. And we have right here 2 to the power 1/3. All right. And right now we need to know a really important property, a really important rule, because we're going to write this 3 to cubes root of 3 in terms of like this fraction. So we have 3 times 3 to the power 1 right here, 1/3, times 2 to the power 1/3, 2 to the power 1/3, and we're gonna divide it by 4 times 2 to the power 2/3 times 2 to the power 1/3. And I think you know these properties. Right here we'll have two properties. We have same bases but different exponents. Right here we have different bases but same exponents. So we need to know two properties. I'm going to write it because maybe a lot of students watch my videos. We need to know two properties. So the first property looks like that. When we have a to the power n, this is our first property, a to the power n times a to the power n, we're gonna write it as a to the power n plus m, okay? N plus m. This is the first, and a real quick second one, also really important. When we have a times b, when we raise this to the power n, we will have like a to the power n times b to the power n. So two properties we're gonna apply right here. We have the same basis, so we're gonna apply second property right here. And the first property we're gonna apply in our numerator. Okay, we have different bases. Yeah, we have right here. Right here we have the first property. Yeah, right here we have the second. Yeah, and right here we have the first one. Okay, yeah. So let's apply it. So as a result, what do we have? 3 times 3 to the power 3 times 2 to the power 1/3. Okay, according to this property, second property. And in our denominator, what do we have? 4 times 2 to the power 2/3 plus 1/3 equal to, as a result, we have 3 times 2 equal to 6, so we have 6 to the power 1/3, and we're going to divide it by 4 times 2 to the power 2/3 plus 1/3, and of course that's why I multiply it by 2 to the power 1/3, because I need right here 1 in our power. So as a result, we have 2 to the power 1, because 2/3 plus 1/3 equal to 1. And final tricky move right here, 4 times 2 equal to 8. So as a result, in our denominator we have 8. Yeah, and in our numerator we can easily write this 6 as 6 to the power 1/3 as cubes root of 6. Okay, so we have 3 times cubes root of 6. Yeah, cubes root of 6, cubes root of 6, and that's it, I guess. Yeah, we simplify it. We have our expression. Of course, we can't find this in our head. We can find the approximate value in our head because we have cubes root of 6. For example, you sit in on your exam and there's like approximately value of this cube root of 6, so of course you can easily find approximately value. But this is absolutely enough because this is our answer. Maybe you're interested in approximately answer. I find it in a math library. We have 0.681. That's maybe you're interested in this, so this is like approximately value. But on your exam, this is your answer because we can simplify it more. We have like absolutely great expression. So let's write our final answer to this question. So our final answer to this question. So we have 3/4 to the power 4/3 equal to 3 cubes root of 6 over 8, and this is our answer. A great question, I guess. Like I solve it step by step. I wanted you to learn this, to remember these properties: first, second. Right here we have third, fourth, fifth. So as you can see, seven properties. So I hope you understand it. Maybe a lot of students watch my videos, so I hope you learned something new, and I guess you learned something new. This is really important for me. So thank you everyone for your time. Wish you all the best in your mathematical adventure. If you still have any question, write a question down into the comment section. Write your notes, write your suggestion down into the comment section, and see you in the next videos. Have a great day.